Good morning, everybody. It is June 18th, 2018. It's 2:19 a.m. in the morning. This is episode 137. I'm not going to raise my voice too much because people might be like sleeping around me, though I don't think they can hear me really. So, I've never heard a complaint anyway. I just kicked the cat out of the room, so it's time to do the video. Yeah. I've been wanting to do this cartoon for really about the past week, since Tuesday night, primary night, and a bunch of scary Republicans were winning primaries. Of course, in Republican primaries, of course, Republicans going to win those primaries, but some of them were really, really weird and scary. Like Corey Stewart in Virginia, he's real friendly with white nationalists, and he wants to like run for the white race and stuff like that. And he won the primary for the United States Senate. He will not win because this is Virginia. We're pretty blue, and he's running against Tim Kaine, and Tim Kaine is pretty popular here. But hey, you never know. Maybe some sort of disaster will happen. You just never know for sure. But still kind of scary. The best case scenario in Virginia is that Corey Stewart will drag down the ticket for Republican candidates in Congress. So maybe. Plus, we got the pedophile here running for Congress. He's running as an independent, but he's a huge fan of Donald Trump. But the funniest thing out of this is that a pimp won a primary in Nevada for the state assembly. And this guy, Donald Trump wrote, The Art of the Deal. This guy, Dennis Hoff, I think his name is, wrote a book called The Art of the Pimp, or something like that. I have it in my blog, and it's accurate, but I don't have it pulled up right now. So, and I drew the same pimp pretty much for the Costa Rica Star a month or so ago. So I kind of copied my own pimp. So sue me. I can copy myself. I can do that. So I had to figure out how I wanted to do this sign. As you can see, I kept changing it. I spent exactly 2 hours on this cartoon in a few seconds. Like 2 hours and 9 seconds, something like that. And we got a 12-minute video today. And usually, I get really, really tired of drawing Klansmen. I'm always afraid that if I do it too much, I'll scare off my papers and they won't run me anymore. I think I've talked about that before in a video. I've had papers just refused to ever run Klansmen. I even had a job for 8 months where the editor wouldn't run anything with Klansmen, but that was Mississippi. And they had different reasons for that. Part of it was, they didn't want to offend people, but maybe for the wrong reasons. Like, they didn't want to offend them, like, oh, you want to forget this ugly part of our history, or maybe we don't want to insult people who like the Klan. So that was always kind of the weird thing. I don't think any of my editors were, like, lovers of the Klan. I know my first job with the first 5 years of Pinocchio, they weren't, but when I was, like, at 8 months in Brookhaven, I'm just not too sure. My editor there, and the owner of the paper, the publisher, he was like president of the Chamber of Commerce and stuff, so he was that's pretty much being a politician. So he was really, really tied into the community and representing himself. So that's really not a good person to work for when you work for a newspaper, because they don't want to anger anybody, or even like take a chance that they'll anger somebody. So just in case it will anger somebody, maybe in the slight chance it will, they won't run it. So horrible place to cartoon. Great place to live in Brookhaven, Mississippi, but horrible place to cartoon. So, which is why it only lasted 8 months. But I did enjoy drawing the pimp, especially the shoes. But this may not see a lot of reprints, so this is kind of a bonus cartoon. I was going to draw it early in Sunday morning, like around 3 a.m., something like that. And I went to sleep about midnight. And my normal routine is waking up about 2 or 3 hours. But no, I woke up about 3 and I was like, screw it, I'm going to sleep. It's Sunday. I don't really have to kick it out super early. And I slept about 8, which was amazing because I don't ever really sleep for a long time. But apparently my body says I can sleep on Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, and it lets me do it. I can't do it any other day. In fact, tonight I tried to take a nap and it wouldn't kick, so I've had like 2 hours sleep since then. But I started drawing this about 9 a.m. Made some coffee, and then I finished it about noon, which I know that's longer than 2 hours, but so I dilly-dallied for like an hour, I guess, between it. Procrastinating. All right, we're like 5 minutes into this. I think we can do some shout-outs. Yeah, that's right. I move my mouse over here. I gotta be careful with that. So I'll forget that it's over here, and I'll click it. And I'll mess everything up. Alright. Our first shout out's going to Ariel. And I think I might have missed her in the last video. I think she had mentioned that. And wait, let me read more. Ariel, you did comment on the video before the last one, and if I did not give you a shout out on the last video, I apologize. I haven't listened back to it. I don't really listen to these things again after I make them. I did the first a couple months, but now I just don't really do it anymore because I don't really want to hear myself that much. So anyway, and Ariel's upset that I was joking around that Quanah was my soulmate. I don't really believe in soulmates, honestly, but sorry about that. Sorry, Ariel. I love you too. I love you very much. Erin commented again. I'm so glad Erin's watching the videos and she's commenting, because Erin and her mom's real good to me. I'll mention something about Erin, but I can't right now. But maybe I can in a week. So, and Erin should know what I'm talking about, but I just don't want to give anything away. But Erin says that her granddaughter wants my drawing tablet. It is a cool tablet. And her, and she calls Erin Tata, is that how you pronounce it? Which is grandmother in Egyptian Arabic. So, I don't know why. But she was delighted that she heard me say Erin's name. Look, Jasmine, I said Erin's name again. And I said your name too, Jasmine. Alright, Quanah asked me about twerking to Trump because I had mispronounced something. Yeah, so happy Sunday, Quanah. And Robert Cortino says that the madness keeps going like the Energizer Bunny. So I keep doing these cartoons again on Trump and Trump and Trump, and I see a cartoonist just got fired for it in Pittsburgh, Rob Rogers. There's a really good friend of mine. I'm sure you guys have seen that story. People keep tagging me and putting the story on my Facebook wall. And like, have you seen this? And they're sending me instant messages on Facebook. Have you seen this? Yes, I've seen it. Seen it to death. And I mean, you can keep tagging me with it and stuff, but I've seen it to death. It's terrible. But yeah, he was fired for drawing too many cartoons on Trump, supposedly. And not supposedly, that's why they did it. First, they denied that's why they were doing it. And then an interview came out with the publisher that said, well, he was so angry. He was obsessed with Trump. No, he's obsessed with doing this job. It's like I am. I've had papers drop me for doing too much on Trump. Sorry, you know, he's just the president of the United States. He's just like screwing everything up. Like, it's kind of important to point that stuff out. There are some things that we can't do because there's only so many days in the week. I can only draw so many cartoons a week. And the guy keeps doing things. Kenta congratulated me on my thingy, my award thing. Thank you, Kenta. And she did not see anyone new commenting on the last cartoon, but there was a Kenta. You just didn't see him. So, and Kenta actually read the blog first, so before the video. Some of you people will watch the video before you actually read the blog. So, not that people are required to read the blog or anything. So that's all of our shoutouts. I got everybody, right? I got Ariel, Erin, Quanah, Robert, Kenta. Some of you people have really cool names. Seriously, all of you do. My name's boring. Alright. Well, I got like 3 more minutes of this. You're going to get to watch me color a pimp. I titled this cartoon on the blog, Wizards and Pimps, or Pimps and Wizards. What did I call it? Somebody tell me. What did I call it? I got it. Actually, I'm going to upload this in the morning. Until like a few hours from now. This will be published about maybe 7 or 8. What did I call it? Pimps and Wizards. Yes, that's what I did. How did it do on a Sunday? Let's see how many shares we got with this cartoon today. 98. See, at minimum, I want 100. But for Sunday, that's not too bad. And I think I'll get 2 more shares. At least. Sometimes they take off the day after. Look at my stats. How many people did we get yesterday? Like, about 800 views. Let's go to the website. No, I want to see. It's not a Costa Rica cartoon. Let's look at the one before that. I'm kind of talking to myself at this point. This is the kind of housekeeping, not really housekeeping, but the research I do. For the Dictator Envy one, I think like the first day I got like close to 100. Actually, I still have only gotten close to 100. Shares weren't great, and that was on a Friday. People. Got to get more shares, people. Okay. Yappy Jesus, that was a big one. I'm going to look at that one. How many shares did we get? We got 221, so that's good. My shares are way down since Facebook started doing their algorithm crap. And then they started asking everybody for money, or whenever they started doing that monkeying around with stuff. Now Facebook's turned into a bunch of bastards. They're not rich enough, apparently. Alright. So, one thing you need to do, like last Tuesday I did vote in a primary, even though there was just one election on that for me to vote that day. In November, get out and vote. Here's your cartoon, folks. Vote against these scary people. Vote against pimps. Don't vote for pimps, okay? Don't vote for Klansmen. Alright? Alright, thanks everybody for coming by. I will be another video tomorrow, later in the day. When I say tomorrow, I mean today, Monday. Sorry. It's on Singaporean time. No, that'd be tomorrow, yesterday. Alright, leave a comment, click like, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you later in the day. Bye-bye. Have fun. See ya. Bye.